Welcome to another edition of Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. My name is Elsie Godwin and I'm here with Ife Oluwa Oshunke.
What up?
How you doing?
Bless you. You?
I feel like a pregnant woman. I don't know why.
It's the feeling of the weekend because you're anticipating the things you do this weekend.
Things to do this.
Yes, now. So you are beginning to anticipate the aftermath of the things you are doing this weekend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, are you sure?
But I know that President Trump has tweeted again about A$AP Rocky, and he's saying that they have to release him because, according to him, he's not happy with the way the Prime Minister is handling the situation. I think this is not just his. I don't see this as his normal rant. I see this as someone who knows that he's in his right to do this because there's a video, and he also mentioned that he has seen this video. So if you've seen that video and you feel like you still want to detain someone, then there is more to it. Yeah. I like that he's not relenting in this because initially I remember I was the one who said that this could look like political and he might be doing this because of Kim and
then I like the fact that he also mentioned the black community because this, we pulled out the racial card one way or another. Ife was very precise about that too, that there's no way we can take that away because we had the case of G-Eazy who was caught with narcotics, assault, battery, and all of that, and he paid 10,000 naira fine. Yeah. He was never charged to court and all of that. And then this is a black man, and then all of a sudden. And for the president to tell you that he watched the video and he called those guys troublemakers, so it's clear to the world that these guys were just out for trouble. They were up to no good. Probably they didn't recognize A$AP or whatever, but no one cares. It could have been me.
It's not about recognizing him.
It's not even about being a celebrity.
Just a black guy and
the fact that he's a black and then we don't know a lot about Sweden. We don't know about the racism over there. So I'm sure it's from all of this, I can just picture it as a racist country. The other guy from Migos also said it was as soon as they touched down Sweden, they would put down the corpse, handcuffed, and all of that. So it's crazy. I think this is something we really need to look into, and I'm glad this is garnering a lot of attention globally. So I'm sure A$AP will be out in no time. He'll be out ASAP. A$AP will be out ASAP.
All right. Ex-BB Africa star Tayo Faniro has been released from South African police custody. He was arrested. I think this happened on Wednesday, if I'm not wrong. And he live streamed this while he was having an altercation with the policemen, and they had to reinforce to take him in. But right now he's out on bail. We are not sure if there will be further charges, but I think that's all I saw for now. I think
people are even telling him that he should press charges because they said they used 2 handcuffs on him. Just one person.
I said he was battered in the cell too.
Yeah. I think it's just sad because we used to say, end SARS, but it's not even like it's all about SARS.
This is in South Africa.
I'm saying like this is also
Please,
in
don't
South
even
Africa.
compare. Our case is worse.
No, don't be like that because this guy, did you see him crying? He was like, look, Africa, we're still enslaved. We feel like we're free, we've emancipated ourselves, but the mental slavery will always be there. And I think that is the thing that is still guiding our forces. Not just the police, even the military men, some of them, they do a lot of crazy things and you're wondering, oh, because you're wearing a uniform, you want to do this to somebody. It's really crazy and it's sad. When I saw a grown man like that crying, the last time I don't know if I ever mentioned the case of our stylist.
Oh, that reminds me. Remember William Moore that was on the show, the writer?
Yeah.
He was also arrested yesterday night because he was telling me this morning, I'm supposed to have called, I haven't. He was saying that they were coming back from the party and then they profiled them and picked them up and said they were criminals. And this is someone who just got back from the UK like 2 days ago. And it's crazy. It is really crazy.
It's really
we have a video of Tayo.
Yeah,
let's take a quick look at the video.
So, I just want to thank God for my life, first of all. I want to thank everybody, that stood up for me, the people that came to the police station, all the phone calls and text messages, Africa, we're still enslaved, This is a problem that affects every African, even waking up this morning, I can't even say if I slept or whatever. My body is sore through. The beating was too much, you know, the bitterness, the hatred, you know. 2 handcuffs on someone that is not a criminal. Didn't take me through the counter or whatever, took me through the back, and, you know, the beating continued and everything, you know. But above all, I'm not angry, you know, because 2 wrongs cannot make a right. I'm not even maybe interested in pressing charges or whatever. At this moment, I want to thank God for my life, you know, but every African should learn from this. Don't see it until it becomes your turn, or maybe someone close to you again becomes a victim. It happens every time. It happens every time. I'm just, you know, like, you know, emotional about the whole thing, because this is not the Africa that we should have. This is not cool at all. Not cool at all, man. Not cool. But thank you.
This is not the Africa we should have. That's what he just said, right? And I really hope we can all do better, because when you're talking about the police, whether outside Nigeria or within Nigeria, they are human beings. They are Nigerians. So, I like you said rightly, mental slavery. I think we should start from our mindset and what we think of the next person, and what you think of the uniform you have on, because it doesn't make you immune. It doesn't make you bigger than the other person. You're there to, if for anything else, protect the people you are now oppressing. So I don't know how the table turned, but this is scary.
Like these days, you even have a case you want to report to the police, but you'll be scared, because if the person you're about to go and report now has more money than you, they will flip the coin, man, and you'll be the one in the jail cell. So it's just some crazy thing, and I think it's a global situation. It's not just Nigeria, it's not just South Africa. We're also seeing it happening. It's happening in America. We've seen it happen in Sweden with the ASAP Rocky case. So it's a global.
Why our own is different? I know you say it's black on black, yeah, and in South Africa you can say it's racial too, because it happens there. But here.
Mental slavery. Okay.
All right, we have a guest in the house, but before we introduce our studio guest, let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we find out who this person is.
It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa.
When I did it, I was full on, hands-on on the whole project.
So how did you deal with it? All of that negativity?
I got depressed, obviously. Duh. Haven't you heard?
I've got 2 of the hottest topics currently trending on social media. If you've seen the word Senate trending on Twitter, that's because the Nigerian police force has gone Trump style.
I probably haven't shared this with anyone, but I reckon I get about like 100 people asking for help a day. That's a fact. I can prove that.
Welcome back. This is Tea Time on Plus TV Africa. Like I mentioned, we have a studio guest, and he's an emerging Afro-pop artist. He goes by the name Magnus. Thank you for being here.
What's that?
That's his designated
drum
job.
rolls. Yes. I'm the one doing the drum rolls all the time.
Okay.
Good, man.
Good to have you here.
Thank you
for having you.
So before we start talking music, I know you want to talk music. I think you should touch on our police brutality in Nigeria. Brutality. Yeah, what do you think? What's
Nigeria,
the way
generally
forward?
I think, like, generally, the perception is that they are all bad cops, yeah? So I think that they have good cops and bad cops, yeah? And I think all policing system just needs, like, firm hands and restructuring, yeah? Like, restructuring the police force, and I think a lot of things will be solved that way.
Have you experienced? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sure you get that question.
I'm an artist in Nigeria. Come on, like we go out at night all the time, and you know, there's always checkpoints and stuff. Yeah, so I've had my own fair share of experiences with.
Have you ever been in calls, like they put you in handcuffs?
No.
Have you spent a night in the cell?
Nah.
When you encountered them,
I've never been to a police station.
Bling bling?
Never been to.
I've never been to a police station in my life. Not to bail anybody. Not there by myself, not to get.
I hope I never have to.
Yeah,
we're all on the same table, but I went to the police station to do a documentary though. My job took me.
We are not on the same table.
My job took me there to do a documentary. So basically, let's talk about you as a person. Now, I know you have your BSc and you have your MSc, right?
Yep.
Now, a lot of musicians don't do that. A lot of them are not even concerned about education. How would you say that education has helped your music in terms of sound, in terms of content, and lyrics and all of that?
First of all, education is key. Come on, we all know education is key. So, it has been able to impact my music because, like, things I talk about, you know, things I hope to talk about in ways to structure. You know, music is just going into the studio and listening to beats and just like everybody thinks.
Bad boo sound.
Yeah, you understand? Some people still have to like try and write and make sense and connect with somebody. So if you don't have that level of exposure and education, I think there's a limited audience you can target. You get me? So if you have like mindset of I can relate to something that someone in US is going through, find a way to merge it with someone in London, try to merge it with an African in Tanzania, try to merge it with one, you know, Ethiopian person and make them feel something from one music, you understand? But if you have like a very low exposure about the world and everything, I think it's going to be very hard to reach across to other people, other genres, and
so of his question, has it helped you business-wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, like, there's no room I can walk into right now that you would bring somebody, be it, you know, a management guru or something, that you would say something that I cannot understand.
So the inferiority complex is
inferiority complex, why? Like, why? Yeah, you understand? I can walk into anywhere like, hey, Dangote, see my hand. Yeah. Let's talk, let's converse, you know?
You can relate.
Yeah, you can relate,
properly.
yeah. So, no inferiority complex, and it's been able to help me to negotiate things that, you know, more to come and things that have been working for me so far.
Okay.
So would you call yourself an independent artist or you're signed to a record label? I know you're working with Tribe List,
Listic Tribe.
Listic Tribe,
yeah.
So is that your record label, personal record label, or you signed on to that record label?
I'm working with some people, you know, I'm signed under a record label.
Okay,
Listic Tribe, DMG Music. Listic Tribe is our management company.
Okay.
You know, so they handle our management and they handle all the artists.
What does DMG stand for?
The Magnus Music.
The Magnus Music.
Yeah.
So you're signed under your own
record
label. It's a joint effort. You get? I have like partners who choose to remain silent. You know, this is they try to remain silent.
So you're basically
I'm the.
part of the
are you just being humble? You know, you're just being modest. You don't want to.
There's no reason to. There's no reason to be modest now. This is entertainment business. Why do I want to be modest? You understand? I don't want to say, hey, I'm the owner of everything. Then tomorrow they'll come and go. Okay, don't forget that. Yeah. We still have things riding on you, and we're, you know, watching from behind. So that basically is how it is.
So how's that been working for you? Because a lot of people do not like to stay controlled by a record label. Like, for instance, someone like Kiss Daniel was signed to G Worldwide for 7 years until he became a wise man and he was like, nah, man, this is slavery. I can't do this anymore. I need to leave. So what's your contract like? Is it limited time or a time frame that is good enough for you that you know?
But you know his case is different because he's the label. Last.
But they're silent partners and you still said they signed you.
Yeah.
So are you planning to buy out the entire company in due time?
You know, let's leave any kind of future plans like that for the future. When we reach there, we shall, you know. But don't worry. My partners are watching. Don't worry, we're good.
But of course, you have liberty to create your sound.
Yeah, of course. Like, total control, creative control, 100. Like,
what about rights to your song?
Let's leave it for the.
Okay, so let's talk about features. Since you are saying let's leave the future, let's talk about features.
But before you talk about features, do you have other people signed under the label?
Yeah.
Do you get confused when you're thinking of who to promote? Do I promote myself or
no,
do I promote
don't
these
handle,
people?
like I said, we have a management company.
Okay, so they make decisions.
Yeah, you understand? So they make decisions.
And you would never feel like they're promoting somebody else rather than promoting you when you are the boss and the artist.
It's a kind of thing where, like, it's not like the other artists they're working with, like, were like in the same place at all the same time and stuff like that. So everybody is basically doing their things individually, you know. It's structure, basically. If you have a good structure, a good plan, things work out. There's so many record labels with like 15, 20 artists, and they all get promoted equally. They all get their own time. They all get their own management, their own, you know, and everybody's happy. You understand? So everybody is just focused on his own part.
Let's talk about the music business. Since you're in the forefront of that, you're part of the business as well. Now, how lucrative has the music business been for you? Because a lot of people just sit back and they just feel like, yeah, these guys are doing good. They're wearing gold chains. They're doing this. But sometimes I know you have to put in some of your personal money, and sometimes you don't even make it back. Now, how has that been for you? And would you say that being in the music business is lucrative for you?
I would say the music business is a very lucrative like enterprise industry. Yeah, you understand me. So it gets to you, like in every sector in life. Yeah, you have to pay your dues, kind of, you know, work your way up before you become that top dog. You dig? So like music business, like everybody, we're putting in all we can. We're making what we can. We can't say it's as much as what we anticipate.
Yeah, so my question,
like you say,
well, you're not running at a loss.
I'm trying to say, are you putting in more than you're gaining, or you're gaining more than you're putting in? Which is it?
Figure-wise, I don't know, because I don't handle
This guy is being modest.
Yeah, I don't handle the money.
This guy hiding something from us.
But being part of the business, do you think you're running at a loss right now, or you've said making profit?
I think we're doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
So your sound, tell us about your music. What do we expect from you? What do we have on ground we need to go and listen to?
Tell us about Olorun as well.
Yeah, like Olorun is my last official single. You know, it's just feel good music that is just, you know, trying to get you in that vibe, you understand? Like, make you happy. I do feel good music.
Yeah.
Like, if you listen to my music, yeah, you just want to, you know, just vibe and just relax and enjoy yourself. I'm not too much of the, you know, dancey type of artist, you know. I make good music, what I consider as good music, what people who love me consider as good music, yeah. So I make good music and feel good music. So basically, that's it.
So I'm a big fan of Ogogoro.
Yeah, you see? Ogogoro is a vibe.
Yeah, and that song actually, like, it rocked the airwaves in Nigeria.
Yeah, why are you a big fan of Ogogoro?
Not because I like Ogogoro.
This song.
You do like Ogogoro. You do like Ogogoro.
Well, I wish I could call my brand. So maybe if I tell you I like Ogogoro, then you buy me the bottle. So can I say that then you buy me a bottle for my Friday?
I mean, you already admitted. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on, man. Just drink responsibly.
Yeah, drink Ogogoro responsibly.
Nobody's saying don't drink, but don't drink. I'm not saying go and drink
Ogogoro responsibly.
But I have a brand, but drink responsibly.
Okay, let's put it this way. Drink Ogogoro responsibly.
It's not Ogogoro. Is there a brand like Ogogoro? All right. So that song rocked the airways, and I felt like you should have pushed that song, like probably do like a remix, because I had this feeling of a Whiskey being on that song, a Tiwa Savage. So if you want to remake that song, what would you put on it?
That's a very big one. Like currently, if I want to remake Ogogoro, who will I put on it? I think I'll have to rock with Burna Boy.
The giant of Africa.
And if I can't get Burna Boy, I'll definitely work with Wande Coleman.
Have you listened to the album, Burna Boy's album?
Oh, no. I've been quite busy, so.
What about the Lion King album?
No.
Yeah. Really?
No. But I've listened to the Brown Skin Girl.
Yeah, everybody has.
The Burna Boy one, what's it called?
Jarai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think about
what do you think? Do you think they made us proud?
Come on. African Giant and...
Which do you prefer, though? Brown Skin and Jarai?
I think I prefer the Brown Skin girl song.
Because you're brown skin.
Yeah.
No, I think that has more content.
Yeah,
because it speaks, like I said, like
volume.
When you listen to that kind of song, yeah, you know that, this song, it's connecting to people on
a lot of people.
Different, like a Latino can say I'm brown skin, you know, Egyptian brown skin.
Tell him it doesn't. Yeah. He said I'm not brown skin.
You're brown skin.
I never said that. I'm just saying that I'm so upset that you go on Instagram now and you see a girl that
I would do another one to upset you.
She's done like.
Don't what? She's still
bleached
brown.
all over.
Whether she bleached or not, she's still brown.
And then she now put caption on brown skin. I'm like, why can't you just put yellow skin? You know?
There's
nothing like yellow skin.
I know, right? But I'm just saying, like, it's just really annoying that you go on
I
Instagram
get what
now
you
and then
mean,
you
I
just see
get what
brown
you
skin
mean.
girl everywhere.
We'll keep annoying you, don't worry.
So don't let us divert from with your brown skin, please.
Sorry.
Stop. All right, so back to the music. You said you like to work with either Burna Boy
Or Wande
Coal. Now, I want to know I want you to give us your top 3 Nigerian artists and 3 worst Nigerian artists.
Wow. Just give the
Worst?
first one. I'm on your side.
Top 3 Nigerian artists and worst.
Of all time? Or just...
Yeah, of all time.
Or
Yeah,
currently?
as far as you know.
In no
Of
particular
all time
order.
will be a stretch. So
In
just
no
put
particular
it-
order.
Yeah, in no particular order.
Because like, I would say, my first one would be Wande Coal.
Okay.
Yeah, my first person will be Wande Coal. And 2 other artists, like based on people that inspired me to go into music, I'd have to say the next 2, no other person but like Ice Prince and MI.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm from the north. Like,
Yeah.
I grew up in the north, and like Ice Prince and MI
Mina,
growing up.
to
Yeah, I
be
grew up
precise.
in Mina. Yeah, so Ice Prince and MI growing up were like, you understand, like our own Jay-Z and Nas. You understand? And like I used to see them. It was like, oh, I remember the first time I saw Ice Prince. I was like, what?
What would you say about Wande Coal's personality? Because I'm asking this because so many artists have come on this show and they
Wande
look up to
Coal.
Wande Coal.
Yeah.
But Wande Coal is reserved. He
Do you think
doesn't
he's
even
underrated?
grant interviews. Those who look up to him are people that you would say, oh, they understand music or they vibe with him at some point. But there are so many, especially up and coming artists. What would you say about his personality?
I don't think I've never like been in the same room with the man, but I think from from a distance, I like his personality. He's a reserved guy. He doesn't talk too much. He's not in the media for all sorts of crazy things. You know, people do crazy
Apart
things to
from
trend.
that time.
We still
That time
remember
we're
that
talking
time.
about,
that time.
people evolve. Come on,
Evolve.
So, yeah.
Evolve. I'm sure you don't know what I'm talking about.
He was too grown for that to evolve.
All right. Okay.
That can't change.
Yeah, but you know,
What you were saying?
one day is just like super to me, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's that guy to me. Yeah.
So, what's your creative process?
Like making
When
music
you're
when I'm in the studio.
Yeah.
It depends on the vibe. Sometimes I listen to beats people send to me, you know, work on it. Sometimes I go to the studio with ideas and we work, and it's just basically vibe, you understand?
Okay, I think it's time
The
for you to
music,
make us vibe. But I want to vibe to Gogoro.
Yeah, vibe
Yeah.
to
Let's
Ogogoro.
So
Gogoro.
it's time for you to sing.
To sing Ogogoro for you. Oh, why don't you guys just play so everybody can see it?
No, we'll play the video before you go, but just give us a vibe. Or you want to do a freestyle instead?
Fast
I can
the
beatbox, oh.
Ogogoro, make I shake you, baby. Pass the Ogogoro, make I shake you, baby. Oh, aye. See, pass the Ogogoro, make I shake you, baby. I don't want to sing too much, man.
You know, I know. I thought you guys being modest, eh? So,
Don't worry, listen to the song. Listen to the song. You like it, man.
we have. I like it. Have you listened to the song?
You like it.
I will like
know
it.
You like
Yeah,
it.
you will
Brown
definitely.
skin girl.
Yeah, you like Gogoro now, so you would definitely.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't drink?
No, I don't drink Ogogoro.
Oh, but you drink
Of course I drink.
responsibly.
Very responsible.
So why were you putting me on the spot?
Because you drink Ogogoro?
No, I'm interviewing you like
Do you
a
have
guest.
one more question? Because our time is up.
All right, so finally, let's talk about the Nigerian music scene and
Yep.
emerging artists. Now, there's been rumored, it's been rumored that there are people controlling the
cabal.
entertainment industry. That it's difficult for you to penetrate. You want to get your song on radio and somebody's telling you bring this. You want to get your video and somebody's telling you bring this. Now, what's your take on all of that? Have you experienced any of that? And what do you think can be done differently?
I think when it comes to cabal, I don't know if we'll call them like cabals, but definitely there's always top people in its industries that make things fly, and it's just like passing through a gate, you get. So it's very hard, but if you keep working and do if what you're doing is working for you, keep working. You should be able to make it to somewhere in the industry. But what you said about some people not wanting others to grow, I've not experienced that. You understand? I've not like met too much people because like I moved back to the country like a year and a half ago. I've met some like quite reputable artists, you understand? And the ones I've come encounter with, like they've been amazing people. Like like we've been able to vibe on a nice this and they help as much as they can. And don't expect too much from people, because like at the end of the day, everybody's trying to fend for themselves. So if you understand that, hey, I can't have this person as my friend and then expect him to like post my song every time when he's promoting his own thing. No, it doesn't work that way.
Thank you for that. I'm glad you understand that. And that's how we wrap up on this episode of Tea Time. Thank you for watching, and my thank you always go to my co-anchor Ifeoluwa Oshonkeye and the entire production team, and of course our studio guest Magnus. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Elsie Godwin saying have yourselves a great weekend.